Okay, so we are officially recording. Again, my name is Dr. Lisa Smith. I am a parent liaison, but what I do outside of these walls is that I am a wellness educator. I come from about 10 years of experience. I was actually operating in this space prior to the COVID pandemic. And my company is called The Real Well. And what we do at The Real Well is we have various areas that we offer education, products, and services. And some of those areas are nutrition, proper hydration, weight management, CBD, detox, healthy hair, gut health, to name a few, and natural body care. I'm in the process of completing the website. So it's been a long journey, but the website will be completed in about 2 weeks. But in the interim, you can find us on The Real Well on Instagram and The Real Well on Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel. And if you go to YouTube and put Living the Well, WEEWELL, Living the Well Life with Dr. Lisa, you'll find the YouTube channel as well. But the premise of the company is to share by educating, because we don't know everything, but the body, if given the proper substance, the proper products, the proper nutrition, the body was created to heal itself. And I'm not against medication. However, we need to know how to, if we're on medication, how not to be, I'll say, hindered by medication. And we also need to know, if we're not on medication, how to prevent having to be put on medication. So when you know better, you do better. So I do these presentations outside of what I do here at the school, but this is actually one of them that I created for my parents here. So I'm going to share my screen and just put in the chat. You can let me know if you can see my screen. And I'm showing that it's sharing on my end, so please let me know if you all are able to see my PowerPoint, please. Okay, excellent. Thank you. All right, and I am recording, Ms. Epps, so we're good over here. I'm showing the record button is on. Okay, perfect. So we will begin. This out the way. So I entitled this, Healthy Parents Make Productive Parents. Again, my name is Dr. Lisa M. Smith. My company is The Real Well. And the reason for this is that I found not only was there burnout amongst students, amongst teachers, but parents are burnt out too. We're coming from a global pandemic, one of the likes that we've never seen before. So there's still residual effects that all of us, if I say the least, are dealing with. So the purpose of this presentation is to put health and wellness back into perspective. We need to make this a priority. And by doing so, we seal the connection between health and leading productive lives. Like my father used to always say, health is truly your wealth. You can have all the money in the world, but if you are too sickly or in a poor state of health, you cannot enjoy it. Your money's just going to basically sit there and look at you. And money is created and designed to be put into the atmosphere and to be in motion. And you can't utilize money if you're laying up in a hospital bed, or, God forbid, you're in a nursing home, or your health has declined to the point that you cannot enjoy life. And that is just simply not the purpose and why we were created. So move this out the way here. I'm going to bring this to the bottom. So what is the state of being healthy? This is a great question. A state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So I don't want people to think that, okay, because you may not have a disease or a sickness in your body, that you're truly healthy. No. As we see, and this is a definition by the World Health Organization, that the definition, the true state of being healthy, that encompasses not only being healthy and not having a disease, but more important than that, it's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So these are just as or equally important as not having a disease or a sickness in your body, according to the World Health Organization. And I think I'm blocking my slide with something, so trying to advance it here. Okay, there we go. So stress and health. And even on our best days, sometimes we are confronted with stress. And I'm sure, some of you all, or if not most of us, will admit that we have good stress along with bad stress. So there is such thing as good stressors that impact our health. So how does stress affect the body? Now, here's 10 basic ways. I pulled this information from the WebMD, and there's the URL at the bottom of the slide. But it says stress can play a part in problems. So bad stress, obviously, and that's what we're talking about here, that can play a part in problems such as headaches, high blood pressure, heart problems. I just did a presentation on heart health for February, and we talked about the increase in cardiac arrest, especially of people under the age of 60 years old having fatal heart attacks. So stress, it definitely impacts this. Headaches, high blood pressure, heart problems, diabetes, skin conditions such as asthma. Skin disease conditions, asthma, arthritis, depression, anxiety. So all of these conditions, they actually can be ignited, if you will, by stress. So the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which is OSHA for short, they actually, in December 8th of 2021, they declared stress a hazard of the workplace. Now, just to put a pause, how many of you all in the chat would agree with that? That stress can be classified as an occupational safety and hazard in the workplace, stress. Do you agree with that statement? Do you not? If not, why not? Oh, you definitely agree. Yes. Thank you, Ms. Epps. Definitely, Ms. Knowlton. Yes. And we're on high alert. Again, coming off of being locked down for 2 years, that impacted our mental, physical, and social lives, especially our children, and especially you as parents. And that was the main premise why I wanted to do this presentation, because we need direction, we need resources as well. Uh-oh, I advanced it too far. Let's see. Okay. So the next slide. So what can we do? We've talked about stress. We've talked about how it can impact us negatively. So there are some simple steps. And these are just a few that I pulled from Simple Steps to a Healthier Lifestyle. But again, watch your weight. I think we kind of know that. Sometimes this is easier said than done. Make smart food swaps. Exercise. This is key. And I'm preaching to the choir because I have just said, okay, this is the 3rd month of the year. I need to either get in the gym, create one at home, or just make some time to get out and walk. But just like you make time to have, hopefully you have time to make time to have some type of breakfast, or you make time to have a lunch, or you definitely make time to have dinner with your family. You want to squeeze this in. Now, generally speaking, rule of thumb, they generally say that if you get at least 3 days in per week. So when people talk about exercise, they're like, oh my God, get up to the gym and drive, et cetera, et cetera. 30 minutes, a minimum now, 3 times a week. If you go out and walking is very effective. During the pandemic, just a side note, it helped I dropped 15 pounds in 1 month walking, because I was about to lose my mind staying inside. And so I would just get out and walk around my complex. I did an hour a day. But again, I could have done it 3 times a week, but at least 30. And walking is good cardio, believe it or not. You really burn a lot of calories during walking, and you don't have to speed walk, just regular regular modest walking, because you're getting movement in. And we are complacent, and sitting is now the new negative. That's what they're saying. Even if you're at work, get up and stand, walk around, stretch. You may even look at maybe possibly purchasing a standing desk. Those were very popular during COVID. A lot of people opted for those. And again, that segues into the next one. Stand when you can. Sleep enough, but not too much. You want to break some bad habits. One for me was eating late at night. Why am I eating at 8 o'clock at night? And I know I'm not about to go into a gym. I'm not about to walk around 8 o'clock, because then what? You get sleepy, tired, especially if it was a heavy meal. And the only thing you're probably going to do is, if not take a shower, you're going to lay down, because that food is taking over. Well, guess what? Now you are impacting your digestive system. You have all this food on your stomach, and you usually wake up not feeling 100%. You want to handle stress. Again, stress. Everything is leading back to stress. But we want to manage it. I think that's a better term. We want to try to manage our stress to the point where we can start infusing stress-free activities in our lives. Avoiding air pollution, I thought this was interesting, because we have a lot of toxicity that we take into our body, and most of it comes from our skin, because as you all know, our skin is the largest cell. It covers the entire portion of our body, from our head to our toe. So we take in a lot of toxins through pollution, through noise, through environmental effects, etc. So that is another negative factor that's impacting, living a healthier life. This was an interesting quote that I found when I was doing my research by Dr. Joseph Pizzorno. He is a naturopathic doctor, and you can Google him. I have some of his books at home. But he said, half the cost of illness are wasted on conditions that could be prevented. Now, I'm going to read that again. Half the cost of illness are wasted on conditions that could be prevented. Now, I'm going to take a pause here and go back to the chat. Do you agree, disagree with his statement that half the cost of illness are wasted on conditions that could have been prevented? Yes or no? I believe it's a true statement.
Yes, it is true.
And who is that speaking? I have the pleasure of hearing.
Mrs. Wright.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I am great, thank you. Yes. And let's expound on that a little bit, if you will.
Okay, let me go back to my question.
Yes.
Let me see. I'm going back to the screen again.
Yes. Half the cost of illnesses are wasted on conditions. Can you give me an example that could be prevented?
Half up. Hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on.
Oh, no, you're fine. We're good on time.
Half the cost of illness that could be prevented. Oh, yes, like you were stating that high blood pressure. We know what causes high blood pressure. When we are eating a lot of pork, a lot of beef, and we waste, money on purchasing it to eat it, but at the end, we know what we are going to get. We're going to get high blood pressure. So that's money wasted.
Definitely.
I would say.
Definitely. Exactly. I totally agree. And high blood pressure, being an African-American woman, that ran in my family on both sides. My mom is actually dealing with it now. She's 73. And what I did for her is during my presentation on heart health, I discussed two factors that contribute to heart disease. And one was cholesterol, and the other one was inflammation. And a lot of people know about the cholesterol, because typically when they put you on a high BP medication, they often, your cholesterol is high too. So they put you on the cholesterol pill. That's what they did with my mother. Right. But a lot of people don't know about inflammation. And what I exposed in that video is that inflammation is responsible for 80 to 90% of all chronic diseases. And it's also labeled as the silent killer. And all inflammation is if you have swelling, which they refer to in medical terms as edema, you have that's a point of inflammation. So I have my mom on a product. Again, I'm not a doctor. My doctor is in marketing, but I have a holistic care certification. And in my studies, I learned that if you address the root cause, then you can usually affect the problem.
That's right.
That's how I'm gonna say it for safety reasons, because we don't mitigate or cure or say what we can heal. But
Right.
if you address for every chronic condition, and you can pull this up, there's a root cause. Something had to cause it.
That's right.
It's like you wake up with a headache. Typically, you're probably dehydrated. It's stress related. Maybe you didn't sleep well, but it's a cause and effect. So when she took the product that I actually provide to my clients, they were in awe down there in Florida. They said, tell your daughter that this is amazing. And I'm just thankful that she has a doctor who is open-minded, because typically they focused on one path, and we know what that is. But I was so thankful. Now I have several people, because I shared that testimony, several people, and I am myself on that product as well. And it's not a medication, it's a supplement. And it regulates and supports both healthy cholesterol, and it reduces the effect of inflammation in the body. And I'm 53.
Can you, are you authorized to write it in the chat or?
I am authorized to write it in the chat. That's when I'll yes, ma'am, I will. I got you. Because I'm actually presenting this to you all as through my business. So I can.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely. Yeah, because I have that problem a lot. Inflammation in my knees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I also have high blood pressure and all of that stuff, high cholesterol. And I deal a lot with inflammation in my knees, and it causes me, not to walk as much as I want to walk.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put my contact in there, and what I can do is once we're off the recording, I'll send you my email, and you just send me your contact, and I'll follow up with you. Not a problem.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great question. And if someone came in, welcome. If you've come in the Zoom room, the presentation is being recorded, and Ms. Epps will share it with you all. Now, my final slide, and then this is just summing it up. Again, this is where I've got. This is a video that is called "Taking Care of Yourself," and it's on YouTube. And this is one of the videos that by Dr. Christina. It's a 3-minute short video. That's the link for Ms. Epps that you can share. But it just talked about, simple stress reliefs for parents. And you can share that with your parents if you would like. And then hang on. I know I have. Now, for those of you all that want to follow up with me, again, my company is, it's a wellness education practice. I lead with education because I think it's not about just buying products. I've spent at least close to $400 on products, from growing hair to pain relief, you name it. Because somebody said, oh, girl, this is a good product. It's going to do this and that. And we tend to jump on the bandwagon of word of mouth. But what I have found is educate someone. Let them go. Put the equipment in their hand and let them do their research. And like my dad always used to say, documentation beats conversation. So when you are an educated consumer, you are a great consumer, because now you understand what the product will do. And all of our products that I provide my clients, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And I like that because it's no risk. And I'll just tell you, in the 6 months that I have been providing these products, I have never had to send anything back personally myself, nor have I had anybody that's taken the product send anything back. So this is how you can follow me. It's The Real Well. This is my Facebook, my business Facebook. It's The Real Well Natural Health for a Natural You. I'm also on, as the young people say, they're trying to make me hip, Miss Epps, the gram. Okay. So I'm on Instagram as well. And from there you can click, and my friend's daughter put my YouTube channel on there to make it easier. And then, like I was telling the other lady, I will put my email, or Chanel, if you want to do that, my email here at the school. And those of you all that are interested, you can email me directly. They know I have a business, and I've worked with parents here, so that's not a problem. If you ladies email me, I can send you my contact information, my business email, and I'd love to talk with you off of the video. Is anything I can recommend, help, etc. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stop recording. Hang on 1 second and let me end this here. Okay, end of slide. Okay, let me stop share and come back on the video here. So, and
thank you so much, Dr. Smith, for doing this for us. Unfortunately, I was having some camera issues. I don't know what's going on with my webcam right now, but thank you so much for presenting this.
It happens. Not a problem. I'm trying to, okay, here we go.